Here we are, welcome viewers to Mondays with Barry. Post-game, first game of the season, which was very exciting. We had our best people at the ground. Before we talk about that, Barry, welcome.
How are you going, Colin? It's nice to be back for the start of a big season for Chelsea, and the boys should be quite happy after the first game, getting only 6 goals.
Very good. So now you've got, before we get into the game, you've just got
I just
headline here.
remind some of the people about my poor little fractured neck about 100 years ago.
It must have been 100 years ago because it says youngster seriously injured.
That's another player.
Oh, another player. Okay.
That was only a minor injury, but mine was
Shock.
Shock.
It says here shock.
Yeah, that was in early 60s or mid 60s. I got thrown out of a car, landed on my head and fractured my neck and fractured my skull.
Yep.
I was in hospital for 3 months and
On the clamps.
lucky to be on this planet. And there I am, with a traction in my head, stuck in with a 20-pound weight behind my head. How I survived that ordeal. It was 6 weeks that time.
Yep.
Well, that thing stuck in me with 20-pound weights. Couldn't move. I'd come out of that and go into this contraction for another 6 weeks, all over my body. Out there, all over my head.
Full body wrap.
Right around.
You were the human kebab.
Wait a minute, I put another extra 2 stone in me, that, and I don't know how I survived. I really am sure. When I look at that,
the human taco.
when I look at that, I give myself a very bad headache.
You get shivers down the spine.
But I survived and played the pioneer, and I was still a star, so there you go.
There we go. There we have it. Alright, well we just did a quick change. We thought we'd change clothes between the first little bit of video to the second little bit of that video and get our minds right regarding the Edithvale Aspendale game. Isn't that right, Barry?
I've got a bit of a more update, more information about the game, and I'll just pass it on to my viewers because it was a pretty good win down at Edithvale Aspendale ground, which we don't win there too often, Cole.
It's not too far away from your place, isn't it? It's the Edie Aspendale ground.
No, but we don't win there too often.
No, it's a bit of a Sleepy Hollow.
Well, it's part of Chelsea.
Yes.
Edithvale Aspendale.
Yes. Well, yes. That's at quarter time. Edithvale Aspendale, Edie Asp was 2-3-15 to Chelsea 4-2-26.
Well, Chelsea started pretty well. They kicked the first 3 goals, and I looked as though I was going to have a bit of a runaway victory for a while, but they fought back Edithvale and get within 8 points at quarter time, weren't they?
Yep, 9 points. And then at half time, the scores were 4-8-32 Edie Asp and Chelsea 7-6-48.
Well, in the first half, McLeod, Sammy Carpenter and Louis started pretty well, and Michael Salem on the other wing. They were both winning on the wings, and of course Ryan Stewart was holding the back line together with Carmody. Actually, Ryan Stewart took about 10 or 12 marks for the day, Colin.
Did he?
Fair effort, that.
Ryan Stewart, he might figure
one of my favourites, Ryan Stewart.
Might figure in the best players.
Yes, he'll be in the best players, all right. Don't worry about 10 or 12 marks for a half-back flanker.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
The third quarter, Edie Asp 6-9-45 and Chelsea 10-8-68.
Well, Chelsea kicked another 3 goals, and they kicked another 2 or 3 goals, but it was pretty close till 3/4 time. But in the last quarter,
yep, I'll give you the final scores. Edie Asp 4-12-66 to Chelsea 15-11-101.
Well, they got within 9 points, yes, of Chelsea in the last quarter, but Chelsea kicked the last 4 goals, and because Luke Damon kicked 2 or 3 goals in the last quarter, and but it was a pretty good team effort. I'll give you the goal kickers.
Give us the goal kickers.
And goal kickers were Damon kicked 4, Scotty McLeod 2, Chrissy Warren kicked 2. He apparently played all right. 2, Biaggi's his first game back. He hadn't been trained for a while, so he played all right. And of course, Michael Salem, Carmody, Sammy Carpenter, Lewis, and Elster.
Lancaster. I got Lancaster here.
And Lancaster, yeah. A lot of single goal kickers there, but it was a pretty good win down there.
Not a bad win. Not a bad
win.
It was. Are you going to give us the best players? A group of best players.
Group of best players were probably McLeod, Carpenter, Lewis, Salem, DeLuca, Stewart, Carmody. It was a pretty good team effort, but my 3 votes.
Well, hang on, just before I say that, it's a little in the paper they gave what's his name, Nigel Carmody best on ground easy.
Well,
what are your Spies tell?
Well, those best players over the last couple of seasons, Con, Simon McAvoy, but I don't think he was covering again. There's another fellow called Shane, I think, but they must like Carney because he apparently played all right, but he wasn't best on the ground. I think Sammy Carpenter had 33 possessions or something. Louis had about 28 possessions.
Yeah, right.
So that's, but he played all right, Carney. There's nothing wrong with it. But that's his own opinion, but they're a little bit way off.
You reckon they got stars in their eyes?
I don't know what, but it's happened all last year.
Prejudice.
No.
They favour their favourite players.
I tell you, they're not very
Is that what you're saying?
They're not very keen on Anthony Lewis. He's got to kick 40. He has 45 kicks. If he had kick of 8 goals, he might get a vote.
Are they saying he gets easy possessions?
I don't know what they're saying. I don't think you know too much about it because anyone with a bit of brains knows a good footballer. A. Lewis and Sammy Carpenter and apparently he's going because his brother will be back next week, Gary.
Okay.
And I can give them the votes yet? No,
votes. Hang on a second. One vote.
One vote to A. Lewis.
A. Lewis.
Two votes. Two votes to Sammy Carpenter, a little star.
3 votes.
Scotty McLeod.
Now why?
Well, apparently Scotty McLeod played well all day. So did Louis and so did Sammy Carpenter. But Carney did play all right apparently, and but he wasn't best in the round according to my spy.
Your spies. Yeah.
And of course, DeLuca.
Luca didn't get much of a rap on the
DeLuca
website.
got no rap at all, but he actually beat Patrick Poore, their top ruckman from Edithvale Aspendale. He's a big gun down there.
Yep.
He's about 6'6", and he handled him all right, DeLuca. And but who else played?
Got the new recruits.
Oh, the new recruits.
Boys.
Well, Michael Salem played a very good game too. He's going to be a star. I told that weeks ago. He's going to be a future star for
You
Chelsea.
cannot wrap him up enough.
Well, he's only his second season. He's just a class. Gets the ball, especially on the left-hand side of his body. He can deliver the ball very smartly and kick it long.
Now,
kick goal too.
Was there any seconds players last week that could move up, Barry?
Glad you brought that up.
Dougie?
No. Well, Dougie played, but Joel Connolly, one of the heroes of the 2006 Grand Final,
Yes.
kicked 7 goals. He's been away for a couple of years. He's back in business, I think. Within a couple of weeks to be in the senior side, we could have Joel Connolly and Luke Damon, probably the 2 big guns in the forward competition.
Okay, sounds exciting.
7 goals straight he kicked.
7 goals straight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it?
And another little fellow is going to be in next week. This Morton. He's a fellow from Keysborough, another rover, left footer. He hadn't trained. He had a couple of hamstring problems the last few weeks and had about 30-something possessions nearly 40 possessions in the second. So I think he might get back in next week. So I might have a couple of new players and so on. Joel might give him another week or so, I reckon, because he looks as fit as I've ever seen him. Because I remember him playing the under-15s. He was a star then. He had a bad injury a couple of years ago, and now he's full on. I was talking to him a couple of weeks ago. He's fit as you could ever be. 7 goals straight, Colin. It's not bad.
Pretty good. Now tell us about next week's game.
Playing Pines over here on a Saturday.
Yep, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Saturday afternoon. 2:15.
2:15, and
now what do you encourage any of the viewers to?
Well, the viewers should get over there and make sure you get your membership too. You'll need it next week to get through the gate.
Yep.
I think it's $55, which is pretty cheap for 9 games.
Full season.
So get over there and get your membership and support the Chelsea Football Club, which are going to have a very good year.
Very good. All right, we'll have a quick change and then we'll talk about the AFL.
Yeah, we will.
So the Tigers played Melbourne. This is AFL now. You wanted to give us what your feelings were about that game.
Well, I watched that game, most of that game, Colin, and I'll tell you something now, that Richmond beat Melbourne by 10 goals or something. And I'll tell you something, now Richmond will be lucky to win 3 games. I reckon Melbourne mightn't win a game.
Okay.
Richmond's only got 4 or 5 good players. I mean, Cochin, Foley, Martin.
What about Riewoldt?
Riewoldt was like a girl, played like a girl. Robert Nahar, he's a superstar. But Melbourne...
What about Basher Hooley?
I feel one of them, what's his name? Sean Grief, ex-Carlton player, he got 35 touches, but they just haven't got the talent or the class to be a good side, Colin. They will...
okay, that's interesting.
But I feel sorry for the Melbourne supporters out there. They got nothing.
Dean Bailey said when he got kicked out, he said, whoever gets this team's going to have a premiership team on their hands.
A premiership team, what 2040 something?
said with the bunch of players that they had.
It's one of the worst exhibitions of football I've seen for a long. I haven't watched Jimmy game. Well, I ought to give Richmond. I have a good look at it on Friday. Saturday. When was it? Saturday afternoon. So.
Yeah.
It was dropping marks. You can't. But Jack Rewell, I mean, he's right out of touch. He's going up. He's flying up there about half an hour too early.
So it may take a little bit of time, but who knows?
Well, yeah, that's my little prediction. Melbourne will be lucky to win a game, and Richmond will be lucky to win at the most 5, I reckon.
They'll probably sack their coach.
Because they got the Suns and they got Sydney, so they should get at least, might get 6 or 7.
Okay.
That's about as far as I'll go.
Well, we look forward to next week. We'll have the full report on Chelsea versus Pines here on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We look forward to that full report, and also we'll see you, possibly me, at the ground.
Yes, we'll be over there. I'll be over there.
You'll definitely be there? You're not going to let the team down?
No, I won't get my days wrong. Up the crap, and no, I'll get some video, and because the punters like that.
All right. Well, that's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.